and welcome to Sparkle and Chill. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a whip and chat or had any real diamond painting, even really. Last night I did a little bit. Today I thought we would just chat about the goings on for the last couple weeks and work on Gus. So I'm going to reframe and we'll go. Okay, we're back. All right, so this is as far as I've gotten. It's been sitting here for a couple weeks collecting dust. Mostly, I just haven't. Okay, I'm gonna put my cover minders up here. I love cover minders. I know that the DAC kits have these perforated things and you can do it that way, but I just honestly prefer, oops, last night I was picking up some drills. I spilled these the first day I started it. I think it was the first day, maybe it was the second, but I spilled these particular ones, and there's, as you can see, it's a very small amount that's in there. And they had gone under my easel, and last night I got them out. You're probably going to hear a little rustling of little puppy in the background. She is, I don't know if I'm going to have that on. I think I was meaning to turn on the, there we go. I'm dropping things now. Isn't he pretty? I just really love the colors. I love the black background with this. You know, I thought when I first realized after I ordered this, and I was like, oh, all the background is in black. But it's round, so it's not quite as detrimental as if it was a, and it's better than it being a white color. I don't like dealing with white with a lot of color blocking. I'm going to move this just a little bit because I want it a little closer to me. Okay, so he is so pretty, and I can't wait to get it finished. And I didn't get a lot done. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So one of the things that one of the reasons I don't usually get involved with a lot of the events and stuff is because I've always been, and I know I've mentioned it on my channel before, this is what I do to relax. This is what I do for fun and relaxation. And if I've got a deadline on something, then I feel like I'm failing if I don't get it done. Do any of you guys feel that way? I mean, it's not a fun feeling when you feel like, oh darn, I had this event and then I didn't even finish my project. I kind of had a feeling that with as big of a project I was doing, I might not get it done. And I had, you know, the thing is I had other smaller Peggy Collins that I could have done, but I chose this one. Go figure. But the truth is that I had eye surgery 2 weeks in a row. And so no matter how big or small it wasn't going to get finished in time. So there's that. Because I didn't do any diamond painting. And I literally, other than the one other video that I recently did where I did a very small amount of diamond painting, just a demonstration to show people how, then I really haven't done any diamond painting at all. And part of that is due to eye surgery, and part of that is due to having a new puppy who isn't used to having me, you know, doing something else except if I'm in the bedroom with the door closed and she's in her kennel, and she does really good. But I gave her a dentabone to chew on. And she's doing really good. And she does really good. She's a really, I have had to put her in her kennel in the middle of diamond painting before, just because she gets starts wanting to get into things, and so she needs to be. But today's been one of those quiet days. It is the 4th of July, so I don't expect it's going to stay quiet, which is why I was like, oh, if I'm going to get this done today, I better do it now, because if as soon as it gets dark, it is going to be a no-go for doing a video, because there'll be nothing but fireworks in the background for some reason. Oh, every year in this neighborhood they're not supposed to be able to do them on the property here, but it sounds like they are, and I don't go out to investigate because I don't want to be one of those people that ruins everybody's fun. But this will be the first year that Millie has to endure fireworks, and so I'm a little worried about that, because they can be pretty scary. But some went off last night. She didn't have any kind of, other than kind of looking at me like, what's that? I didn't show any reaction as if I was nervous, and so she just kind of went back to sleep. So hopefully just being calm about it and not reacting myself will help her to just be calm through it, because there's really nothing you can do. You can't stop people from doing what they're gonna do, and people are allowed to celebrate, although they're really not supposed to have the loud ones here in our state, but they always do. They always do. But anyways, so yeah, we're just enjoying a nice quiet day. I am, I thought I would recap kind of what's been going on since, I was pretty much, I did have a couple videos made, but I really haven't done any diamond painting in a couple of weeks. I have, now, I wish I would have written it down before I start. I have an eye condition. I've mentioned it before, and for whatever reason, I can never remember what it's called while I'm in the middle of it. It's not cataracts. It'll come to me. But anyways, I had to have eye surgery on both eyes. And actually, it's more of a procedure than a surgery, they say. But it's a kind of a laser surgery kind of thing. I think it's called SLT. It's where they make, I kid you not, 100 slits in your eye. 100 with a laser. And the goal is, with what I have, what happens is your eye pressure gets too high. And that can cause blindness. It's already caused some blindness in my left eye, and they're afraid of it, progressing. And so, because we've been using drops and all this other stuff to keep the pressure down, and I've tried everything. I've tried taking the different vitamins and minerals and all that. Nothing's really helped. And so, anyways, we kind of got to the place where we have to do this eye surgery. And it's really kind of surreal, to be honest. I was not sure what to expect. You're awake during the surgery. It's kind of freaky. They put this lens on your eye. So first they numb your eye with eye drops, and then they put this lens on your eye. And they have somebody behind you holding your head so that it stays still while they're doing it. And then you're pushed as far up to the little thing. It's just like you're getting your eyes tested, and then they use this laser on it. And the doctor counts. And then the person that's holding your head is keeping track of those counts, and then they just go until they finish the 100 deals, and then they're done. And it literally takes like 3 minutes. I don't think more than that. And then we did have to stop on the second one because the little lens slipped. That had me a little bit nervous, but it was fine. And then, yeah, so, and then for the remainder of that day, you can't really do anything and you get a migraine. And they want you to get a migraine. I never had a doctor say, we want you to get a headache. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, you're most likely going to get a headache and you're going to be extremely light sensitive. So you got to wear dark glasses if you go outside, stay off the computer for, you know, the remainder of the day, and kind of be, you know, just kind of rest. So I went home, had my headache, literally took some Tylenol, took a nap, and both times I kind of did this. I laid down, took a nap, and it's great having a puppy to nap with you because she's very comfy when she naps with you. She's a very good snuggler. My last dog didn't really like to snuggle. I know that's weird, but she didn't. She'd rather be at the end of the bed. I think that's because I moved around too much or something. I don't know. But Millie absolutely loves to snuggle, and I'm so happy. So she snuggled with me, and we took a nap. I actually napped in the living room on the couch because I wanted her to be able to play and whatnot if she didn't feel like napping. But she napped right with me, and then so that was, surgery was pretty much uneventful as far as, you know, I didn't have any bad reactions or anything like that. Oh, well, the first one, actually, the first surgery, I ended up going in like on Sunday night to have the doctor look at it because it was irritated, and so I wanted to be sure everything was right, and it was fine. It was just me overreacting, I think. But he did say there was some inflammation, so it was good for me to come in. It wasn't like I was being overreactive. In my mind, I feel like I sometimes do get a little bit overreactive just because of the last few years. There's been so many things, you know, with cancer and everything else. I tend to get a little, I don't know, a little anxious, I guess, about things, and that kind of makes it difficult because I don't want to be the person who's freaking out, because I didn't ever used to get worried about stuff. It's like, I used to just go with the flow, and now it's like, okay, could this be cancer? You know, and they say that's normal, especially when I've had 2 different cancer diagnoses over the last 6 years. So I had uterine cancer in 2020, and I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2023. So, I mean, the doctor says it's kind of normal when you've been through what you've been through to get a little bit nervous when things start happening, because it hasn't just been nothing. And I did have a doctor when my first with both cancers, I had gone to the doctor multiple times and hadn't got diagnosed. And the second one was the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma was bad because I went to the doctor like for 6 months trying to figure out what was going on, and the doctor kept saying I was fine and thinking I was a head case. And then it turned out, no, not a head case, just really sick. So, yeah, doctors are not always right. If you have a feeling that something's wrong, follow your gut. I mean, sometimes you're wrong, but a lot of times we know when something's wrong. We just know something isn't quite right. So, anyways, enough of that. So, eye surgery went well. We're all better. The eyeballs are working. It wasn't to cure the eyesight. It was just to keep it from disintegrating more. So it doesn't like actually improve your eyes, other than hopefully it helps. When they put all of these little indentation, little slits in your eye, apparently what it does is releases the pressure that's built up in your eyes, so that it doesn't cause blindness by getting too, by your eye pressure gets too high, and it causes bad things to start happening. So anyways, now I've already lost a good portion in my left eye, so it's trying to keep me from going blind. And yeah. So that's kind of what was going on there. On the Millie Helm front, she is turning into quite the fun little puppy. She is, I went yesterday to, so she had this little, what do you call it, parasite. I don't remember what it's called. It starts with C, Kakasin or something like that. Anyways, it's bad. It's bad news. And it happens a lot of times. Older dogs can have it too. Obviously, it gets passed down to the puppies from the mothers, and it's usually done. It usually happens in a breeding situation, I was told, where they didn't keep the kennels clean, and so the puppies were exposed to feces, basically, and causes them to get the parasite as well. But I just saw on one of the forums I'm on, one of the ladies who had just gotten a puppy, she only had the puppy 3 days, and it passed away from the exact same thing. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I caught that fast. Because when I got her, she had pretty soft stool, and she just wasn't seeming like, there seemed like there was something. I didn't know what, but it seemed like something wasn't quite right. So for a couple days, I just monitored it because I didn't, but then I thought, no, I just got her. Let's get her to the vet. Let's make sure everything's good, because I don't know what's normal for her. And it was a good thing I did, because I did a stool sample and then found out that that's what she had, and got her on medication right away, which I'm sure is what saved her life, really, getting her on medication ASAP. And then she was fine. She just took the medication and she was good. So if you get a puppy, take it to the vet right away and get it checked out and have them do all the things, because you might not notice it. And this other lady, they didn't notice anything, and then the puppy was gone in 3 days. I was like, oh, that would be devastating. And she was like, well, it was within our 7-day health guarantee, so we were able to get another puppy, but I would still be devastated. To me, I heard that and I was like, oh, okay, but I don't think I would feel that way. I would be devastated, because you get a puppy and the minute you get it, you fall in love. I mean, I fell in love with the picture of Millie before I even had her in my arms. I was like, oh, I want that puppy. So, so always, if you get a puppy, take it to get its first checkup ASAP and have them do the stool sample and all that stuff, and just in case. Although it's so expensive, oh my gosh. I had to do the second stool sample yesterday. Took it to the thing, and it was $69 for them to take that and do what they have to do to make sure that it's gone. And then if it's not gone, then we got another round of medication. But I think it's gone, because she's totally fine now. She's so fun. And while I was there, I had her with me. I asked if I could use their scale, and I weighed her again. She weighs 6 pounds. So she weighed 5 pounds when she got her last shots. She gets her next shots tomorrow. And and she's gained exactly 1 pound. So my thought process, so I've been trying to figure out how big is she going to get. So I thought, well, if she gains 1 pound a month for the next couple months, she'll be between 10 and 11 pounds once she's full grown, which I was hoping she would be 6 to 8 pounds, but we're already at 6. So I don't think, unless she just gains half a pound the next couple months, then, because I guess they pretty much stop, or I was told they stop getting bigger after about 9 months. Then they're pretty much, they'll fill out a little bit more, but they won't generally get any bigger as far as height and whatnot. So we'll see. But they wanted a little dog. I was hoping she'd stay little like a Chihuahua. So my friend's Chihuahua is only 4 or 5 pounds. And it's all fluff. It's all fluffy. So I really like small dogs. My Max was 8 pounds. He was a Shih Tzu, and he was really small for a Shih Tzu. He was the runt. And I like the runts. I really do. So that's that. Okay, so puppy's growing good. So she's gaining at a good rate. And yeah, so she'll have her next set of shots tomorrow. And then as far as diamond painting, I'm way behind. So that I started to talk about the Peggy Collins event. I don't like, one of the reasons I don't like doing events is because I really like taking my time and just enjoying the process. And if it takes, a week or a month or 6 months, I just don't worry about it. I just do the deal. And so that ended June 30th, that event. I'm not, and I still have this and my other one, my other Peggy Collins to work on. So the next few months is going to be Peggy Collins. And then I was thinking about, so I don't know how long things are going to take, but I really want to, I decided that like in October, I'm going to start on my Christmas projects so that they'll be done. I don't do Halloween stuff. So while everybody else is doing goblins and whatnot, I'm gonna be working on Christmas stuff. I decided that this morning when I was kind of trying to plan out how I was going to do things. And it's hard to plan out when I'm going to do my next major kit because I've still got 2 that are being worked on. And I don't like to have, and I have 2 different sets of minis and a few budget kits that are also in the works. So I don't want to start anything new major till I get caught up on that kind of stuff and get that stuff worked on, because I do like having a major project, a mini, and a budget kit going each month, just to have variety going. I'm sure all of you guys have heard about this challenge, the 26 and 26. No way am I doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't even, well, number one, I don't even have the ability to kit up 26 kits at a time. But also, I'm not in that big of a hurry to finish my stash. I know a lot of people, they have humongous stashes, and I have a pretty good size stash. I do. But I am loving this kit. This kit is so fun. I just do the black first and then fill in all the colors. And the colors just pop among this black. You guys are noticing that. It's just, I'm really liking this. So yeah. So what else? So how many of you guys noticed Diamond Art Club has a BOGO going on? I don't know if it'll still be going on. This is gonna be uploaded tonight and start in the morning. But it's the July 4th, so I'm assuming it'll still be going tomorrow. But there weren't any paintings to buy. I mean, it was a buy one, get one, but almost everything's out of stock. So I went to look just out of curiosity because I do have a couple things in my wish list, and I was like, gosh, and then so I went to look, and they had the pansy flower basket back that I loved, and I didn't get when it was out the first time. So I went ahead. I didn't BOGO because there wasn't anything to BOGO. I looked and looked. So instead I just used my 15%. And actually, no, I didn't. I was going to use my 15%. Instead I used some of my points. And that was cheaper than... So I used some of my points. I still have $50 worth of points. And then I'm going to be done buying stuff. I have $50 worth of points and then enough points to do a free shipping. So I'll probably do, you know, another painting somewhere along the line and use the points for free shipping. That way I don't have to buy 2 kits. If I see one that I like, I can do it. But honestly, I was kind of like, why are they doing a BOGO when there's nothing on the page? There's like almost everything sold out. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm like, well, I guess if you like the ones that nobody's buying, and that's the problem. The ones they have are just the ones that aren't really as popular, which is fine. I'm not usually in the popular zone, so it works for me normally. Let's see, where's the W13? I normally like a lot of things that other people don't. And it's so funny because when that butterfly basket, the pansy basket came out, it stayed there for a little while. And I kept meaning to go get it. And then when I finally went to go get it, it was gone. It's like, dang. And then I wasn't sure they were going to restock it because it had taken a little while. But then when I found it yesterday, when I went to go look at the deals, I was like, oh my gosh, I almost missed it. And I don't know if they're going to print it again, you know. But it was low stock when I saw it. And I had just looked the other day and it wasn't there. So they must have just released it. They didn't have any... I didn't really check. Is today Saturday? Today is Saturday. I didn't even check to see what the releases were today. Because I already bought something. I don't need to be tempted. But what did you guys think about that? I mean, I think it was kind of funny. There was a BOGO, but there wasn't much on the site to really get. So, I mean, what are people going to buy? I think a BOGO is really great when they've got good stock in place and people can get what they want and get a deal. But if you just can get the few that are available, it makes it kind of difficult. Let's see, is that all the W's? Yes, I do believe that's all the W's. This is so fun, though. I like this kit. Peggy Collins is one of my favorites, and I didn't really know how I was going to like this, the way this is, but it's really stunning. When you have the light off of it, and it's, you know, I mean, with the light box under it, it's not as noticeable, but when it's just the regular light, I think it was the perfect to do this in a round because it just shimmers. It just really shimmers. And I am really happy I got it. This is a gift for a friend. Most of mine are going to be gifts because I don't have wall space, or, you know, there's the ones I do keep I'm going to put back in the box, but I don't really have storage room for everything. I just enjoy the process of diamond painting. So let's see, this is the bow ties. Where's the bow ties? I think there's only 3 there. Some of these, this is major confetti though, because there's all these different colors. And I think it would maybe be a nightmare as a square, but as a round, I think it would be a nightmare as a square because of the black, but also of all of the confetti. I think it would not be fun. But as a round, especially with my new handy dandy 5-placer, It's going pretty darn fast. So what are you guys working on? Are you working on, did you do the Peggy Collins? Are you still working on yours? I think there's a Randall Spangler one going on right now. And I kind of wanted to do it just because I have several Randall Spanglers, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna put myself in that situation again. I'm too, I've got too much going on that I need to get done. But I think next year, if I didn't, if they come like this, where they're one right after the other, it'll be choosing between doing Peggy Collins and doing Randall Spangler, because 2 in a row is kind of a lot. Okay, these are the little sideways hats. But I do like how this works up. This one's really easy, a lot of line blocking, and then the other is, you know, a lot of color blocking and then line blocking with these. And it's going really fast once I could sit down and do it. If I had not had to have surgery, it would be done already. And I didn't have a puppy. Because she's been taking up a lot of my time. I'm trying to figure out how I get back into the swing of diamond painting with her. But she's doing really good right now. She's out. Her favorite thing right now, so Millie's favorite thing to do right now is to sit on the arm of the couch and look out the window and watch the people go by. And you know, I've heard horror stories of Chihuahuas and Dachshunds both, and she's a mixture of both, being barkers when people walk by and just being really loud and obnoxious, yappy. She's barked once at people that were outside, and the only reason she did, I'm convinced the only reason she did, was they stopped right in front of our apartment and were standing there talking. And I think that bothered her. But having them just walk by, she doesn't have a problem with them at all. She just watches them go by and her tail starts wagging. She gets all excited. It's so cute. I am afraid she's going to fall off the edge of the couch because of the way she's sitting up there. But she hasn't fallen off yet. And I think if she does fall off, she'll learn real fast that she doesn't want to do that. You know, it's one of those live and learn things, because I don't think, I've tried to get her to not sit there, but that's where she wants to sit. And I'm like, oh, it's not really hurting anything. As far as the sofa, I just worry about her accidentally falling off. It's not, I think she'd be fine, but she's been doing this thing where she'll run. So I have this leg rest, you know, so I broke my leg in 2005, my ankle in particular. I had to have my leg raised at night a lot to relieve the pressure from the day, and so I had this cushion thing that you put up so you can just have your legs raised, and I forgot about it. I was trying to figure out what I was going to buy stairs for her for getting up and down off the couch, because I don't really want her jumping up and down. And so this thing is more like a ramp than stairs, and which I think is even better than stairs. I don't know. She might start barking. This neighbor kid likes to bounce his basketball as he walks by. You can hear that. I've got the door open. I've got the door open because it's quite a nice day. It's not hot. Excuse the noise from the neighbors outside. But hopefully they'll move along. Yep, I knew that was going to happen because he's bouncing his ball. It's okay, Millie. It's all right. anyways, so this is working up really fast. So we had, what else? So Millie goes for her second round of shots tomorrow. And then there's just one more round. And that's exciting because as soon as she has the third round, and then I guess she has to wait another couple weeks from that, I think it's 14 days, then she can start going outside and walking on the ground. I know some people think I'm nuts because I haven't let her be on the ground outside, but there are too many things that they can get. And I live in an apartment complex, and people are crazy. They don't always clean up after their animals. And I already had a scare with that other that parasite, and you know, parvo and all that kind of stuff can stay in the ground. I didn't know this. Parvo can stay in the ground for up to 20 years or more. Crazy. So that's scary. So upon learning those things, I just decided we weren't going to risk it. So she's potty trained to potty pads. She's completely housebroken to that. She hasn't had but a couple of accidents, and the rest of the time she's gone right where she's supposed to go. So I'm happy with that. Yes, it's a little bit of a pain because I'm using the reusable ones that you wash. So I've got like 3 sets, and I just always have one in the wash. When I change them, I put them in the wash, and then, you know, it is what you got to do, you know. But she's completely housebroken. It's going to be interesting to get her used to going outside, but with having those available, it's not going to bother me that much. If it takes a while, even if it takes a year, it doesn't really matter as long as she's going in a spot that she can go in the house that isn't going to be a major problem. So, and she's 6 pounds now. I think I mentioned that already. I just thought that was crazy. When I got her, she was just under 3 pounds. Of course, she did have that parasite. And then when she went to get her first round of shots, she was 5 pounds. And so when I went to drop off her sample to make sure that that parasite is gone, I asked if I could weigh her, and they let me. And she's 6 pounds. 6 pounds. My little chunky. I knew she was getting heavier because when I pick her up, I could tell she doesn't seem to be getting a whole lot bigger, which I'm thankful for. She's staying small. She's just added a little weight to her frame. She has gotten longer, so she's a Chiweenie, and Chiweenies can go either direction. They can either get really long, gangly legs and whatnot, or they can stay short and get longer. And she's pretty much stayed short, got longer. Her legs are a little bit taller, I think, than a normal dachshund, but not so much, not so bad. So hopefully she just fills out a bit more. Although she's so dainty. She's a little dainty wiener dog. She's a wiener dog with a Chihuahua head. Which is as cute as it sounds. And uh-oh, I missed 2. Let's go ahead and I missed 2. Let's get those on there. And so anyways, she is adorable, and I am thankful to have her. There are not very many of these ones. I'm hoping there's some more right over here. That might be the last of them. Oh, there's some there too, and up here. Okay, let's hope. Because there are not very many of these. Green 906. And there's really not very many of them at all. You're going to get enough in your tray to make them spread out. That's why I like having extras or more, because I do like to have a lot of them in the tray. Makes it easier. So what have you guys been doing? I've seen a few, there's a few channels that I watch. I've seen some fun things. It's always fun for me to see other creators that are showing a kit that I own that maybe I haven't even opened yet. Colleen over at Pixie Sparkles, that's her new channel name, just showed Swinging into Spring, and I got that one when it came out, and I'm like, that's going to be so fun. I haven't opened it yet, so I haven't got to look at everything. So it's like this, where there's a lot of bright colors. It does, I think, have a lot of black in it too. I can't remember, but it's also around, I think, or is it a square? I can't remember. I think it might even be a square. I don't know. I've been avoiding squares because I have so many square kits and they're big, and I'm not, they take me a really long time to do squares, and so oh, there they are. So I don't want to get any more squares just for now. I'm sure I'll buy more of them down the road, but for now I have a sufficient amount in my stash, and they're not the first thing I gravitate towards, so I'm going to have to make myself choose those kits in order to get them kitted down. Oh, I know what I was starting to talk about, the 26 and 26 that a lot of people are doing. I started talking about this, and I don't know why I went off on another tangent. It happens. My brain sometimes goes that way. So my thoughts on the 26 for 26, that's great if you want to do that. If you're wanting to get through all your kits, you don't want to have anything left in your stash, or you just want to, then by all means. But for me, the reason I was buying so many kits, I think this was where I was going, and I said something else. I like having the store in my closet. I like being able to say, what do I want to do next, and having a lot to choose from. And I also had a job where I was making a considerable amount of money, and I knew that was going to go away soon. And because I knew I wasn't, either I was going to quit or they were going to let me go, because it just was not what I wanted to do. And it's a hard industry that I had gone back to out of necessity, because I needed a job, but I had said I was not going back to that industry, and I did. And so I took advantage of it while I had it, and I was stocking up on diamond paintings as I found them that I liked, and I was doing that because I wanted to. I knew that my salary may go down below what I was getting used to, and I wasn't going to have the money to buy the nice ones, and I was going to be stuck with just budget kits, which there's nothing wrong with that. If all I could do is budget kits, I would still enjoy it. But I have to admit, I do like the premium kits. I do like, that, and so I was like, well, so that's why. But so the idea of 26 and 26 doesn't appeal to me, because I'm in no hurry to get rid of go through all my paintings. I'm in no hurry at all. I am not in a rush to go and the refresh your stash. I kind of agree with the idea that maybe do the older ones first, but not just kit a bunch of them up just for the sake of kitting them up and having them there. I prefer to, let's do some of these older ones. The thing is I don't have I only started getting Diamond Art Club kits last year, so I don't have any that are, I have 3 that I got off of HSN that are in the older boxes. Excuse me. So those are the only ones that I have that I would really consider older and needing something. Look at you, little miss. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? Her new favorite thing to do is get on the back of the couch. The cushion's on the back, and she'll sleep up there sometimes. Hey, baby girl. I'm almost done. I got just a few more colors, and I'll be done. Okay? Okay, we're going to do the star. So I'm not, so to finish that thought, I'm not trying to get through my stash. I'm not trying to whittle it down to nothing. I want to work things at my pace so that I have diamond paintings for a long time to work on, because I don't, unlike some people, I don't want to have to keep buying them. I want to be, yeah, I'll pick up a diamond painting here and there. Uh-oh. And I do have a channel, so there's things that I get. And eventually, hopefully, there will be some smaller shops that will ask me to do some kits. And that would be nice to be able to show some new kits without having to pay for them. And I'm all for that. But so far, what I'm just doing is I'm working on my current ones as I go. I'm not going to kit up. And don't get me wrong, if you want to kit up 26 kits and work on them and all that, go for it. But for me, I have no space to do that. I don't have enough storage to do that. And I don't think it would help me. I think it would have me going in 50 directions, you know what I mean? Not knowing what to do next, because there's too much to do. Because I think that would be too much noise for me. Too much begging me to get it done, and I don't want to do that. So I won't be doing that, but good luck to those of you that are. But that's my reason behind not doing that. I don't want to have 26 kits screaming at me, you haven't done anything to me in weeks or months or years. Because the whole thing on that is, what was it? It's kitting up and getting drills on 26 paintings, but not necessarily finishing 26 paintings. And I'm like, that would stress me out. Would that stress you out? Would it stress you out to have 26 diamond paintings kitted up, ready to go, but or having, you know, partial drills put down on them? That would just, I think that would stress me out. I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I have 5 actual whips, and I have 2 mini kits that I'm working on. I think that's more than enough. And I'm not, oh, and the calendar that I started, which I kind of need to work on tonight. I think I might do that a little later. I'll work on the calendar and get the, I won't do it on camera, but I need to finish June and get July done. If I can get those 2 months done early, or because I didn't get June. June I got a few drills down, but I didn't come close to getting it done. It's only like a quarter of the way done. If I don't even think it's a quarter of the way done. I started on it, and then things got busy and I didn't even get stuff done. It's okay, Millie. I'm almost done. I'm almost done, baby. I have 3 colors left, and then you guys want to see? Can you see her? Hello there, Millie. You know you're in the wrong spot. You're not supposed to be there. No. Get down. Okay. These ones are done. Oh, I opened that, but I didn't put them away. Sidetracked by the dog. She's good at that. She's good at that, aren't you? What do you need? You need something to chew on? Oh, and I have discovered she is allergic to latex or plastics. I had a dog that was before, And she was getting really pink around her mouth and her tummy every time she was playing with the toy. So I took away all of the plastic or rubbery toys, and it's so sad because those rubber ones are really good because she's teething. But I had to take them away, and wouldn't you know it, I took them away. 24 hours later, no more pink. So she's definitely allergic to it. It's just hives, but it can get really, the hives can get really bad. From experience with my last dog that had it. The first time I saw it, he literally had blisters on his belly. It was bad, and I rushed him to the vet. This was my Max. Rushed him to the vet, and they couldn't figure out what it was that he was allergic to. They were thinking it was a food allergy. He did have food allergies too. They were thinking it was a food allergy, and then I was at my aunt's house, and I happened to mention, I'm like, it seems like every time I get him a new toy, he breaks out, which I thought was weird, and I still, even though I made the connection, I didn't make the connection, and so then my aunt says, he's allergic to the latex, and I'm like, no, and she's like, I bet he is. Take it all away and see if it still happens. And I took it all away, and we were done with it, which was so sad because they were the ones he could squeak. The good thing is they now have those fabric indestructible toys that are like stuffed animals with no stuffing. And those have little squeakers in them that they can't really get to. So they're not chewing directly on the plastic. And she loves those. So we're good there. Okay, where's the anchor? I'm getting tired. So as soon as I get this anchor and then one more color, oops, did you see that? I almost dumped those on the top of the tray. And this, I'm convinced, I mean, the only reason I'm getting done with it this fast is this 5-placer. I have a 4-placer that I use on them that are the ones that come with these pins, but they get clogged up, and they bend a little bit, and so they're good for a while, and they're real good for a while, and then they stop working right. And I didn't have a bunch of them in reserve, so I thought I need to buy one, and I kept looking for the 4-placer, and I couldn't find it. So when I did my last Diamond Art Club purchase, I added that because I was short. I needed to order something else in order to get the free shipping. And in my opinion, by doing that, that's $10 extra that you get for free on top of my 15%. So it's worth it to me to spend a little bit more money, because then I get whatever I get for $10 less than it would have been. What is the percent sign? 44. So that's what we have done. Okay, we've got literally 6 drills to put down, and we're done for the night. Well, you guys, I am thankful you came along. I hope I didn't bore you to tears. But that's what's been going on in my life for the last couple weeks that I haven't really seen you. I've done a couple videos that I had done before, but I haven't done any real diamond painting, like I said, for a couple weeks. Feels good to get back at it, and hopefully when I will do the next whip and chat, this one will be mostly done, or at least halfway done. We'll see how much little Miss Millie allows me to diamond paint. Oh, there was more than 6. There were 6 in that one little section. There's 7, 8, 9, 10, and there we are done. I just love this. This canvas is going to be so pretty when it's done. Let me turn this part off. I'm almost done, babe. Look at that. Doesn't it just shine? And I guess, let's see if you can see it better with put a light on it. Can you see how that glows? I don't know how well that comes through on the... Oh, I just dropped a pen. Isn't that amazing? It is so sparkly. I'm in awe. I do love this. And the rounds, that's one of the things I love about the rounds, because they sparkle from all directions, not just on top. And so for certain paintings, I think they're the best choice because you get that maximum sparkle. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, ring the bell so you know when I upload. And if you got this far, put a dog emoji in there on the screen if you don't feel like making an actual comment. That just lets me know somebody watched all the way to the end, and it tells YouTube that you watched all the way to the end. Those likes are important too, because they also help YouTube decide to, send you out and have more people see you. Anyways, have a great day. Bye now.